Good afternoon and welcome to the 2020 Okaloosa Schools Academic Tournament. I'm your host, Matthew Bell. Today we have two teams in the winner's bracket, Crestview High School and Collegiate High School. It's match 5, and we'll be right back with the team introductions and the action after the break. Welcome back. Let's start with our team introductions, starting with Crestview High School.
I'm Alex Rostick.
I'm Sophia Rivera.
I'm Christina Ramos.
And I'm Hunter Park.
Thank you, Crestview. Let's go on to Collegiate.
I'm Tirta Bhattacharya.
I'm Colin McGovern. I'm Jackson Freeman.
I'm Aiden Berry.
Thank you very much, y'all. Let's get on to the action. Toss-up number 1, social studies. This Pennsylvanian was minister to Russia under Andrew Jackson and Secretary of State under James Polk before becoming president in 1856 and using his Colin for Collegiate.
Buchanan.
That is James Buchanan, correct. On to bonus number 1 for Collegiate in literature. Answer these about the Egyptian goddess Isis. Your first bonus. This brother of hers killed her husband Osiris.
Set.
Set is correct. And your second bonus. When Alexander the Great conquered Egypt, his men associated Isis with this Greek goddess and mother of Persephone.
Demeter.
Okay, Demeter.
Demeter is correct. On to toss-up number 2, science. A holomictic, one of these, has its layers mixed together at least once a year, while the layers of a meromictic one never mix together. Often studied by a limnologist, this body is different than a lagoon because it is surrounded mostly by land and not by the ocean. Give the term for this body of water, usually fresh, and we have Colin for Collegiate High School.
Like a lake.
Lake is correct. Bonus number 2, the topic is math. Pencils and paper ready. A right circular cylinder has a diameter of 10 inches and a height of 12 inches. In terms of pi, give the cylinder's volume.
No, it's 25 times 12.
Yeah, 300. So 300 pi?
More information, please?
What was the units?
Square feet, maybe?
300 pi feet squared.
I'm sorry, it's incorrect. It's 300 pi inches squared. And your second bonus, give the cylinder's total surface area.
2 pi r squared plus 2 pi. So it's 50 pi plus 120, so 170 pi square inches.
Yes.
170 pi square inches?
170 pi square inches is correct. Toss-up 3, literature. Even more famous than its author's Booker Prize-winning novel, its main symbols are a conch shell and a pig's... Colin again for Collegiate.
The Lord of the Flies.
The Lord of the Flies is correct. And your third bonus, social studies. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is one of 4 female Democrats in their first term in the U.S. House of Representatives who have been nicknamed the Squad. Name the others from the states they represent. For your first bonus, the state represented is Minnesota.
Ilhan Omar.
That is correct. And your second bonus, Massachusetts.
Ayanna Pressley.
That is also correct. Toss-up 4, math. Pencils and paper ready. In terms of pi, Find the area in square inches of a circle whose circumference is 16 pi inches. And that is Tirto Collegiate?
64 pi square inches.
Yes, that is correct. And bonus number 4 for Collegiate, Fine Arts. Give the color whose shades include, your first bonus, vermilion and ruby.
Red. Okay, red.
Red is correct. And your second bonus, Byzantine and Maya.
Okay, no, purple?
Sorry, blue is the correct answer. Toss-up 5, Social Studies. Called Wild and Wicked by author Pearl Buck, this river is home to its own species of soft-shell turtles. Its economic belt is designed by its country's government to build world-class manufacturing along its shores. What longest river in Asia runs from Tibet to Shanghai and includes the Three Gorges Dam? It is Colin for Collegiate.
The Yangtze?
The Yangtze River is correct. Bonus number 5 for Collegiate, the topic is science. Name these types of clouds. Your first bonus, they are very thin and wispy and typically found above 20,000 feet.
Okay,
Cirrus.
Cirrus is correct. Your second bonus, these gray clouds that grow vertically, often flatten out at the top, are associated with rain.
Okay, defer to Tirto.
Cumulonimbus.
I'm sorry, it's incorrect, it's just nimbus. Toss-up 6, Fine Arts. Until the early 1900s, the pitch of this note varied substantially throughout Europe, from 425 to 455 hertz. Identify this note of a musical scale, now typically set very close to 440 hertz. And Tirta, A is correct, yes. Bonus 6, Miscellaneous. Answer these about comedies on the CBS television network. Your first bonus, in Carol's second act, this actress, who once played the wife of Ray Barone, is a retired teacher now in medical school.
I don't know that. Hillary Clinton.
That's incorrect. Your second bonus, Ian Armitage plays this show's title character.
Yeah, Sheldon Cooper.
Young Sheldon.
Sorry, that's incorrect. You said Sheldon Cooper, but we were looking for the show Young Sheldon.
Why did I say character?
The show's title character. Toss-up number 7, science. The World Health Organization considers it an essential medicine to deal with human body issues not relating to the digestive system. Used by plants to make the cellulose in its cell walls and moved into human blood by insulin, what simple sugar, that's Alex for Crestview?
Glucose.
Glucose is correct. Bonus 7, the topic is language arts for Crestview. These words start with the letters I, in. Your first bonus, a person who sneaks into somewhere they shouldn't be, such as a burglar.
Intruder.
Intruder is correct. And your second bonus, a synonym for sin you might hear in a sermon.
Infidel.
It's incorrect, it's iniquity. Toss-up 8, miscellaneous. On January 3rd, 2019, this team had the worst record in the National Hockey League. Less than 6 months later, its rookie goaltender Jordan Binnington led it to its first Stanley Cup ever. We have Jackson for Collegiate.
The St. Louis Blues.
St. Louis Blues is correct. Bonus 8, social studies for Collegiate. Name the states containing these national forests. Your first bonus, the Allegheny.
Pennsylvania. Yeah, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania is correct. And your second bonus, Daniel Boone.
That sounds like Tennessee.
Yeah. Okay, Tennessee.
Sorry, it's Kentucky.
Same thing.
Toss-up 9, literature. In one novel by this author, Tiny makes a fortune in the Alaska gold rush and Lena becomes a dressmaker. In another novel by this author, Frank Spada kills his wife and her lover, while in a third novel, 2 Catholic priests are sent to New Mexico. Name this author of Death Comes for the Archbishop and O Pioneers. That is Colin for Collegiate.
Cather.
Willa Cather is correct. Bonus number 9, the topic is math. Pencils and paper ready. Give the slopes of each of these straight lines in lowest terms. Your first bonus, y plus 5 equals 4 times the quantity x minus 11.
Yeah, 4.
4.
4 is correct. Your second bonus. 12y minus 9x plus 18 equals 0.
Number 12, which is 3/4.
Yeah,
3/4.
3/4 is correct. Toss-up 10, math. Pencils and paper ready. The number is, this number is 1/3 the square root of 11,664, as well as the product of the cube root of 8 and the cube root of 5,832. What integer, 4 greater than 2 to the 5th power, is the, that is Tierto for collegiate?
36.
36 is correct. Bonus 10 for collegiate social studies. Name these ancient civilizations bordering the Mediterranean Sea from their leaders. Let's see. Your first bonus, Cyrus, Darius, and Xerxes.
Yes.
Yeah, Persian Empire.
That is correct. And your second bonus, Mago and Hannibal Barca.
Carthage.
Carthage is correct. Toss-up 11, social studies. In 2019, a set of 8 of his buildings became America's first architectural designation on UNESCO's World Heritage List. These buildings include Hollyhock House in Los Angeles, the Jacobs House in Madison, Wisconsin, and Unity Temple in Oak Park, Illinois. Name this architect whose works often displayed in his Prairie School style. That is Colin for collegiate.
Frank Lloyd Wright.
Frank Lloyd Wright is correct. Bonus number 11 for collegiate. The topic is miscellaneous. BTS won the award for Best Group at the 2019 MTV Music Video Awards. Your first bonus. BTS is a boy band from this country.
South Korea.
South Korea is correct. And your second bonus. They also won Best K-pop for their song Boy With Love that features this American singer.
Okay. Halsey.
Halsey is correct.
That's the end of the half.
And that's the end of the first half. We'll come back after the break with some scores. Welcome back. We have a halftime score of Collegiate High School 240 and Crestview 20. We also have some subs. Crestview, if you could introduce yourself, please.
Amber Pocock.
Thank you, Amber. And Collegiate?
I'm Zane Schmidt.
I'm George Caulfield.
All right, thank you very much. And we are on to the second half, starting with Toss-Up 12. The topic is Fine Arts. Considered an expressionist for the last half of his life, the museum named for him will move in 2020 to a place closer to the waterfront of Oslo. Though Hitler, we have Colin for collegiate.
Munch.
That is correct. Bonus number 12, literature for collegiate. In this play, a lower-class London flower girl is taught proper English. Your first bonus. Name this play where Henry Higgins bets Colonel Pickering that he can teach Eliza Doolittle to speak like a proper lady.
Pygmalion.
Pygmalion's correct. Your second bonus. What father of Eliza demands £5 from Higgins for custody over his daughter?
Alfred.
Alfred Doolittle is correct. Toss-up 13, science. Pencils and paper ready. When 13 grams of zinc reacts with sufficient hydrochloric acid, the result produces 30.64 kilojoules of heat. If zinc's atomic weight is 65, calculate the enthalpy change per mole of zinc for this reaction. Include the correct sign and correct unit in your answer. And Tirto for Collegiate?
153.20 kilojoules per mole.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Crestview, can you take it?
Time.
So the answer is negative 152.3 kilojoules per mole. On to toss-up number 14, language arts. Its types include relative, subject, and object. Tirto for Collegiate?
Pronoun.
Pronoun is correct. Bonus 14 for Collegiate, science. Answer these about the ideal gas law, PV equals nRT. Your first bonus. R represents this quantity that can be measured in liter atmospheres per mole degree Kelvin.
What's it called? Just defer to your time.
Ideal gas constant.
The ideal gas constant is correct. Your second bonus. The ideal gas law can be derived from 4 simpler gas laws, all named for scientists. Name any 2 of the 4.
Avogadro's and Charles.
Charles and Boyle.
Let defer.
Charles and Boyle.
Yes, that is correct. We also were looking for Gay-Lussac's and Avogadro's number. Avogadro's law. Yes, thank you. Toss-up 15, social studies. The Robertson Land Acts in this country in the late 1800s were the equivalent of America's Homestead Act. From 1788 to 1868, more than 1,600,000 British convicts were transported. Colin for Collegiate?
Australia.
Australia is correct. Bonus number 15 for Collegiate, fine arts. Answer these about march tunes written by John Philip Sousa. Your first bonus. He directed the U.S. Marine Corps Band and wrote this official Marine march, named for the Marines' Latin motto.
Semper Fidelis.
Semper Fidelis is correct. Your second bonus. His march, using themes from this Gilbert and Sullivan operetta, includes the theme, "Let the punishment fit the crime."
So, there's a thing about a major general in the Pirates of Penzance.
Yeah, I do.
The Pirates of Penzance.
That's incorrect. It's the Mikado. Toss-up 16, miscellaneous. The Seiberg model of this device, used in the opening credits for the TV series Happy Days, could hold up to 50 45-sized records and play 100 songs. Often equipped with lights that flashed while its music played. Colin for Collegiate?
A jukebox.
Jukebox is correct. Bonus 16 for Collegiate, social studies. You can now run a marathon in Antarctica if you're up for the travel. Your first bonus. A company's Antarctica tour package includes time in Ushuaia, a city in the area of Tierra del Fuego that is shared by these 2 countries.
Chile and
Argentina and Chile.
That is correct. And your second bonus. Sailing to Antarctica from there includes time in Beagle Channel, named for this naturalist ship that explored South America in the early 1800s.
HMS
Yeah,
Beagle.
HMS.
Yes.
Yeah, but
You said Beagle
it said-
Channel.
yeah, HMS Beagle.
I'm sorry, we were looking for the naturalist, so it's Charles Darwin. Toss-up 17, math. Pencils and paper ready. Solve for both x and y if 6x minus 3y equals 30 and 3x plus 2y equals 8. Wait, Tirto for Collegiate?
Y equals negative 5x plus 2.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Crestview, can you take it?
Time.
We were looking for x equals 4 and y equals negative 2.
What did you say?
Toss-up 18, social studies. Sprigs of hemlock were worn by this event's participants, many of whom marched on the courthouse in Springfield, Massachusetts. Governor Hancock, Colin for Collegiate?
The Tea Party.
Sorry, that's incorrect. And in Neg 5 for Collegiate, I will repeat the entire question for Crestview. Sprigs of hemlock were worn by this event's participants, many of whom marched on the courthouse in Springfield, Massachusetts. Governor Hancock provided the militias that put down what 1786 rebellion, led by Job Shattuck, but named for another Revolutionary War soldier that showed the inability of the Articles of Confederation to govern America and helped to speed adoption of the U.S. Constitution. And that is Alex for Crestview.
Shays Rebellion.
Shays Rebellion is correct. Bonus 18 for Crestview. The topic is math. Pencils and paper ready. Consider the following set of 7 numbers: 41, 8, 44, 83, 51, 3, and 8. For this set, give, your first bonus, the range.
80.
80 is correct. And for your second bonus, give the median.
Time.
I'm sorry you didn't get your answer in. The answer is 41. On to toss-up number 19, literature. His books on math include an elementary treatise on determinants and Curiosa Mathematica, while his more famous works of fiction include Rhyme and Reason, as well as a character who asks, "Why is a raven like a writing desk?" Name this British author of Through the Looking Glass, a second book about young Alice. And it's Alex for Crestview.
C.S. Lewis.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Collegiate, can you take it?
Time.
And sorry, time was up. That is Lewis Carroll or Charles Dodgson. On to toss-up number 20, social studies. This city's neighborhoods include Flatbush, Far Rockaway, Crown Heights, Bensonhurst, and Flushing. Name this U.S. city that also includes areas called Bedford-Stuyvesant. We have Zane for Collegiate.
New York City.
New York City is correct. And bonus number 20 for Collegiate, the topic is literature. Name these locations of myth diligently sought for but never found. Your first bonus. A South American city of gold.
El Dorado? Yeah, El Dorado.
El Dorado is correct. And your second bonus. This utopian location in the Chinese mountains is described in the novel Lost Horizon.
Shangri-La.
That is also correct. On to toss-up number 21, science. This term is different from erosion in that it changes rock in some way without moving the rock to another location. What geologic process that... Alex for Crestview?
Weathering.
Weathering is correct. Bonus 21 for Crestview, the topic is math. Pencils and paper ready. The base AB of a right triangle is 6 feet long, while the height BC is 8 feet. In lowest terms, as a mixed number, if needed, give the value of, for your first bonus, sine C.
Time.
Sorry, time is up. Your answer is 3/5. For your second bonus, give secant C.
Two-thirds.
Sorry, 2/3 is incorrect. The answer is 1 1/4.
That's the end of the match.
That's the end of the match. We will come right back with the final score. Stay tuned.
It's your first time away from your new house, but you're not worried about that. You're thinking about how well he's handled moving to a new neighborhood.
Hey, Moms, watch this.
You're thinking he's not our shy little guy anymore. You're thinking, where did he learn that? You're not worried about if everything's okay back at your new house, because you have Cox Home Life. Stay close to the moments that matter. Cox Home Life Security will take care of the rest.
I chose to come to Collegiate High School because you get free college and your high school diploma at the same time, and that's the best opportunity for any high school student.
I wanted to grow as an individual, and so I decided to move here to not be grouped into these different categories that you'd find in like traditional high schools.
I came to Collegiate because I wanted to get used to college work and just being in a college environment before I actually move on to a bigger university.
The thing that makes Collegiate High different from other schools in Okaloosa County is that we're a small school. Students that attend the Collegiate High School are not just a number. We know students by name because of the small school atmosphere.
So what's great about this school is that all the faculty are here to help you.
They want them to excel in their academic life and personal life.
At the other schools, I felt like I wasn't quite being challenged enough in all the fields, but here it's like, you have teachers that teach you well, and they teach you what's going to be applied in the future.
Many students think that if you go to Collegiate, you can't play sports, you can't be in music, you can't be a high school student, but I still went to homecoming. I still went to the football games. I had fun with all my friends. And Collegiate doesn't take that away from you. It adds on to your amazing personality.
In order to be successful at Collegiate High School, motivation, student motivation. You have to be academically motivated because you'll be academically challenged.
But when you go to a university, they'll see that you're dedicated and you're willing to take the course load that you'll be taking.
Welcome back. We have a final score of Collegiate 365 and Crestview 50. This knocks Crestview to the loser bracket while Collegiate stays in the winner's bracket in this double elimination tournament. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Microsystems and General Dynamics. We'll see you next time at the Okaloosa Schools Academic Tournament. Thank you.